Hi, I am thrilled to be back on the computer so you can see me. Okay, last week was awesome, wasn't it? I knew you would enjoy it. You surprised me like you cannot believe. I had expected you would get into all sorts of discussions about the different religions, music, and how they were similar or different and being all in the same part of the country. But instead, one of our most heated discussions became over the polka, which I thought was really cool. We had some of you had as many as 6 or 8 comments back and forth. That is great. What happens when you post your discussions early, then others get a chance to read them, read the material, feedback, and I like that very much when you have a lot of feedback on your discussions, and you had really great comments last week. It was a very good week last week. I'm very proud of all of you. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this week. This week we're going to Sub-Sahara Africa. What that means is all of Africa that is not touching the Mediterranean. That would obviously have been a longer way to say it. So what you do this week, we only have one section of the country, one chapter, because Africa is a very large continent. Now, when you go to read it, I have some background reading that you may do, and I know you're going to say, well, I don't have time to read the text and listen to these samples and all these things. Do this one for enjoyment. There is a great book. It is a short book. It is a quick read. It is called Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Now, I probably really mispronounced the last name, but it's Chinua, and the last name is Achebe. It is a great book. It is a short book because it's part of a 3-book series, a trilogy. But it stands alone by itself. It's an award-winning book. It was written in 1958, and it gives the colonization and the changing in Africa from the African's perspective. Now, if you want to go the other way, and I'm not recommending this one as highly, but definitely read the first one. If you read that one, then you may want to turn around and read Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, which dehumanizes the African. It is written from a European perspective when colonization was going on. So those are your 2 books on the outside. I know you may not have time to read them, but put them down, read them when you get old. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're on chapter 10. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to be sure and get on today was that I want to tell you what the last week, you have an extra assignment. You have a presentation assignment, which is going to be for extra points. So that's in week 7. You have this week's assignment, and then you have next week off for Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving and spend time with your relatives. We're planning on having our children and grandchildren, and possibly a great-grandchild, come to our house for Thanksgiving. Now let's go ahead and let's look and see what this final week presentation is that I'm talking about. I want you to, I'm just going to read it to you. You present your perspective on your favorite place we visited in our tour of world music. You may use PowerPoint, musical examples, speech, or any creativity you possess. Creative ventures are happily accepted by this instructor. In other words, what you're going to do is make a sales pitch on which part of the world you like the best and their music, and then try to convince me that I should like it the best too. Now, where did this concept of an assignment come from? Well, I traveled a lot in business for years, and I would drive down the highway thinking such things as, if I had to listen to the music, one set of music, for the rest of eternity, what country or what music would I listen to? And it was a fun game I would play with myself. I did finally figure out a country and what I would listen to, and if you're curious about it, you can tell me you're curious about it, and I will tell you. If not, you can always wonder. Okay, with that in mind, that takes care of this week. I will probably put on another one of these, but that will only be to play musical samples for a couple of you who are having trouble hearing your musical samples. And I don't want to put them on now because I think that may be what messed up my sound the last couple times. Have fun. If you have any questions or you're having troubles or anything, if you have a significant problem, give me a call at 816-459-8801 or contact me by the Baker University email. Thank you.